Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman, and this week I'm going to be discussing the topic of past lives and why is it so good to have a past life reading, why many people are interested in their past lives, and characteristics and traits. I'm going to kind of like really brush through these and really lightly touch on the subject, because I'm planning on doing a lot of the different videos and different kind of visual aids to publish on my Facebook page and Instagram. But essentially, past lives. What do you know? What do we know about past lives? What does it mean, a past life? A lot of cultures do believe in the ability of the soul, the human soul, to have the ability to reincarnate. And reincarnate means is that you've lived here perhaps in a different lifetime, a different year, let's say 1400s. You lived in the 1400s and you died. You had a human experience here, an earthly experience, and you died. And basically your soul went back to return to the spiritual realm. And after so many years, or so many cycles, I don't want to go into a lot of depth because it's very, very complex. But basically, after a general period of time, it is believed that the soul reincarnates. Basically, it comes back to Earth in another form. This could be a different body, of course, a different gender. So let's say you were a male in the 1400s and you are reborn into the current lifetime. You could be a female and look entirely different, but yet your soul is still the same. How is that even possible? How can a soul be, still be there, still be the same, if you are not, a male, anymore, you're not a female anymore like you were in a past life. Basically, the soul has no gender, and so the soul is just basically a soul. But when it reincarnates into the physical world, it does. We do tend to choose. All of this is all like it written in a contract. It's all pre-written. So a lot of people choose to have. A lot of souls choose to reincarnate and have the experience of a female experience, what it is to feel in a female body. Because if you really think about it, between the genders of a male and a female, a lot of times the females tend to experience things that perhaps males don't experience, like birth. Men do not give birth to children, to life. Females do. There could also be a lot of lessons around a mistreatment. A lot of times, in older cultures and older, many years ago, centuries ago, or decades, not decades, but centuries, women didn't have rights. In the 1800s, they didn't have the right to vote, etc. And so if you were, in that lifetime coming into this realm, right now, if you were reincarnated, this is the life that you're living, you could feel, very much like you need to live the life again, because you didn't get to experience certain things in that past life, and now you have the opportunity to experience them and master those lessons for your soul in this lifetime. So it's very interesting when you really go into the topic, and we go into the topic of past lives and who we were, and why is it so important to have a past life reading. What are you benefiting? And I know a lot of people that may be looking at this, that are, looking at my video, are saying, oh, you're just trying to get some new clients to have a past life reading. No, that's not the case. This video is not being done with that intention in mind. I'm doing this to kind of educate the public, give, the spiritual community some developmental videos. There's a lot of people that are seeking information about their past life. There's a lot of things that are happening right now, and as we expand our consciousness as a society as a whole, and we grow together, you're going to be noticing that a lot of people are going to start coming forward with, questions about who they were, why they feel drawn to a certain culture, why they feel drawn to a certain food. Why is it that you speak 5 different languages when, somebody else in your family can't even speak but one, which is English, or whatever your native tongue is. There's a lot of questions about past lives. There's a lot of children and a lot of cases that are being documented now, specifically regarding star seeds. that are being born into the 2000s, the year 2000 going forward. A lot of these children are having past life memories, and they're recalling a lot of that. There's been a lot of documented proof that there was this one kid that remembered his past life as a man, and I believe that he died in war. And his parents were very skeptical, but he even knew the place, the city, the location. You can't make this kind of stuff up. This is something that, is happening out there. And so he told his parents, and his parents were skeptical, and they took him to a psychologist, whatnot, and the psychologist couldn't, rule that he was mental. He didn't have any kind of, signs of that. So, basically they ended up, the kid kept insisting that he was this person, and the parents kind of were very open-minded, but yet skeptical. But something in them kind of triggered that there was something not right here, and that they needed to further explore. So they actually took the child and did research, and they did find out that everything the child knew, he knew who his parents were, who he was in a previous life, his name, what he did. All of this was documented. I wish I knew the name of it. I don't have it on the tip of my tongue, but I remember that I did read that that excerpt. It was an article and an interview, I think, that was actually done as well on the TV. But yeah, he really knew who he was, and and this is the kind of proof that we're needing, because a lot of the scientists, a lot of the medical community, they want proof. When we talk about spirituality, and a lot of people think, oh, we're just charlatans, oh, this stuff is not real, and it is very real. To think that you are just confined to one existence, and that you come here just to live, eat, pray, and die, and that's it. There's nothing else beyond this world, is just insane. It boggles me how people have been social conditioned to think that. So, you could be finding that you have, you're drawn to a certain culture and you don't know why, but you feel more like they are more your family than before. It's because you probably lived in that country or in that culture before. You've had a previous life. A lot of people have deja vu, and they feel familiar, like they've been there before, they've done this before, and they don't know why. This, again, it could be a past life issue. Another thing is that recurring dreams. There are instances when you have a recurring dream, and you may notice, yourself having that dream, and it's basically your spirit is being revealed to you, who you were, that this was a place that you used to frequent, etc. Also, you could be finding that you maybe stare yourself in the mirror, and for some reason when you look into the mirror, you feel like this is not who you're supposed to be, or your eyes are not the color that they are supposed to be. There's just a lot of different things, but like I said, I'm going to keep it short. But hopefully this kind of gives you the gist of why people get a past life reading, why is it so important, because of the fact that to understand why you have what you're going through in this life, you have to kind of go back to the past and to those karmic lessons. And a lot of this is all accessed through the Akashic records, and you have the ability to access those records yourself. It does require a lot of meditation and communication with your spirit guides, and you have to ask specifically what you want revealed to you. When we as mediums or psychics do past life readings, we're very open to those records, and we have access to that. But again, we have to ask spirit, and they can only reveal what needs to be revealed for your greatest and the highest good concern. So it's going to be very interesting. A lot of people use tarot cards to do past life readings. A lot of which is it's not a bad thing. But there's a lot of psychics and mediums like myself and other people who are just use their abilities through clairvoyance, through the visions, through spirit, and we're able to access those parts of records. And so you could be asking yourself, like, why do you always have trouble in your relationships? Why do you see a pattern where you're not married? You're in one relationship, it ends, and you think that you're not the problem, but you know that you're not the problem, or you could feel like there's somebody else that's causing, like, what's causing your relationships just to end abruptly? Why have you been married 5 times and then single again? Why are you having a lot of sickness and experiencing that in this lifetime? So those are the kind of the things that are discussed typically within a past life reading, and it's genuinely something that is very eye-opening. And when you receive a past life reading, it can be very it could trigger some memories, and some things may not resonate immediately, so it can be very overwhelming experience for those that are receiving it. So it's going to be very important for you to, for the most part, kind of like step back, analyze it, and take some time to let it set in. And then it will make more sense for you. So I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you did like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also be sure to check out my other developmental videos that I have on this channel. You know, there's a big list. And also, if you are tuning into the social media platform, I do have a contest, basically, or giveaway. I am giving away this month 2 free psychic readings. These are past life readings to 2 lucky individuals who go to my Facebook page and enter. So if you are interested, please head on over there. Have an amazing day, and blessings and love and light. Thank you.